Hello, everybody. A little bit low energy today. This episode's unique, as in there's been a fucking colossal amount of technical difficulties. I started recording at 4. It is now 7, and I am just able now to get this first episode out. Basically, I had to redub the entire episode, but even then, I don't know why, but there is in-game audio that was so loud you could barely hear me, and instead of doing it all over again, I tried tooth and nail to try to fix it and try to get it to work. I think it's passable. I don't know. I'm very tired. I'm very low energy, and my morale is so low. So I'm sorry, folks. If we can just watch the episode, try your best to listen to what I have to say. It's actually really important. I kind of put everything on my sleeve here, and it's so demoralizing that all of it is just kind of really hard to hear, including me in editing. I have done everything I can. I am not an audio guy whatsoever, and I think it's passable. I think you can hear it. If not, then I'm sorry. I'll just scrap it and we'll just continue on. I can't record the game footage because my dumbass kind of oversaved it, because in recording everything looked fine, but in retrospect it is just the game audio. So none of what I say, which is the important part. I'm very tired. Anyway, see ya. Hope you have a good one. Fuck. It's like, at this point, like 9 levels higher than he was. Of course, where we are now, which, me figuring out that nothing happened, audio-wise, was after the next episode. Now, the next episode isn't that crazy, but this episode was a lot. So King Tom here is a pain in the ass fight. It's probably on scratch with being as much of a pain in the ass than the royal jellyfish. And I can actually explain why, because you can't hear my audible frustration in this episode, which maybe is a good thing, because I'm probably peaked the mic at some point, because I did yell, because this fight sucks. You're not able to really do anything. After he attacks, you can either heal, you can either attack, that's it. You can't do anything else, because by the time you're barely able to recover from performing one thing, he's already performing something else. And it really puts you in a... See, like, look. And every single time in this fight, I performed an action. The moment it went through, he performed another ability, which was really shitty. This fight is just, like... It's not cohesive. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to attack him with a large attack before he's able to get a cast off, which is just impossible. Nothing is like an instant cast compared to his 2 attacks, which his attack is this one right here, which is an AoE, pretty unreasonable damage, plus poison, which is annoying. And then his other one is like massive damage to one foe. That one takes slightly longer, which doesn't really mean much in the eyes of anyone, because it just sucks either way, which is that one right there, cat slap. But it doesn't matter, because as you can see, look how fast it casts. And granted, he does shit out a lot of orange globs, but as you can see right here, maybe it takes 9 years to cast, so it doesn't really matter, because he's going to get his attack off before you can get your attack off. So putting him in a chance state is just not going to happen, period. And it's shitty. It sucks, because at the core, I do like this game, but these boss fights, like this one, Royal Jelly, some others, I can't think, but those are the 2 like main grievances here. Kind of like the genie guy too, but he was before he had most of the game mechanics, for being honest. They just don't work half the time. Either the gimmick isn't good enough for it to work, or the game doesn't work. It worked. It happened. Same thing happened with Shadar too. Luckily, I didn't really have to refight Shadar, so I can't really criticize it that well, because I did win that fight. But this fight is just like it's one of those cases where, like, yeah, it's challenging and that can be fun, but the fight itself is not fun. And when a fight isn't fun, you don't really want to play the game. And when you don't want to play a game because it's not fun, that game failed in that aspect. And a lot of people don't realize it, right? Which is why it's so fucking frustrating that a lot of games, almost every game in general, always has like that one section where it's just like not fun, you know? Every game has it. Bioshock 2 has it. Dragon's Dogma has it. Dragon's Dogma 2 has it. You know, every great game. Even Wukong has it with that stupid jail cell level. Every game has that one section and you're like, I don't really fucking want to... I want to play the game again. Like, this section sucks. And this is one of those instances. Now, it's unfortunate this game has 2 major bosses that feel like that. Potentially even more. The next 2 are not like that. But it sucks. And as you can see, like, I've been talking for quite a while now, like straight, like a 6-minute talking straight through, and motherfucker just got barely past, you know, what do you call it, like half his health, you know? And it sucks. But anyway, what happened with the recording? So, something happened where the game audio picked up for some fucking reason. I don't know why the game audio picked up, but my mic didn't. I didn't touch the settings. There was no update. I don't know. It's happened before, but usually it's been happening. It has happened before, but exclusively it's been like a stream thing. And no audio has gone through, but you just change the settings back. I don't know what causes it. I don't know why it caused it. I just say it as a guise because I noticed that on the recording side of things, the bar that registers sound didn't go up. It also didn't go up with the game audio as well. So, not really feeling great. And I kind of did like a big oopsie. Not that I wanted to even replay this fight to begin with, because it fucking sucks right here. See, like, it's just not possible to hit it. And it got rid of my gold buff too, which I was kind of cussing the game up for that, rightfully so in my opinion. I only have the 2 save files, and one of them is before I spent the 6 hours grinding, and there's no way in hell I'm going to do that again, considering the episode that you're listening to right now is tomorrow's episode, because how I do things is because I'm kind of fucking liable to make a mistake every recording, it feels like. Jesus. Not really having a fun time on the production side of things as of late. There's always something wrong. What do we call it? So I'm not really going to spend another 6 hours plus an additional hours getting the recording done when I can kind of just put in some commentary with the game and kind of just explain what happened and why there's not really going to be much talking in this episode because, well, first of all, it's mostly just this fight. This fight is like the big bulk of the game, of this episode, unfortunately, and the rest is just cutscene stuff, which I don't really say anything extra as well, but yeah. This is a giant throw to say that I'm sorry. There's always a fuck up in these episodes. I don't really know why recording is being such a pain in the ass the last like month and a half. Normally you don't see any of it, but on my end, recording has been nothing but like a nightmare. Either it's shit like this, or instead of using Camtasia, I now switched to DaVinci, which I do like DaVinci as a whole, but it does a lot of really fucking annoying things, which can just mean like just overwriting in an additional file you just rendered to a different file, so now you have to re-render the old file, so you're not really saving much time anyway, which is an issue I never have with Camtasia. It's just the up cost is that everything is now just faster overall, except when I have to spend an additional hour doing most of this editing and rendering and shit. So that does suck. Yeah, it's been strange, you know. I'm not burnt out or anything, but with a bunch of newer real life responsibilities, I finally I keep finding myself like lack of motivation to keep going. So I don't know. This is something I've just been thinking about too. I don't know how serious it is, but I made stuff for Let's Play whole thing. It's not working. People don't really, at least right now. Unless I make a short, which can get like 500 views, which is great and amazing. It's kind of shitty how YouTube is forcing shorts into people's feeds though instead of their actual videos, in my opinion. No one's really watching my stuff, which is fine. The core of the channel is always meant for me to get things done. But it's still not. It's not disheartening, right? It does suck that no one really watches stuff. I'm lucky to get 5 views on an episode, which you kind of just like copium yourself. You're like, it's not great. But at the end of the day, I know that it is. Objectively, it's not amazing. It's not great. And I always hate bitching about this kind of thing. And it's like, I want to bitch on it on like the Discord server as well. But at the same time, though, I don't know how, because I know where I'm coming from. I want a great community. I want all those kind of things. But someone who's on the other side of it can just make it easily look like I'm a complete asshole, and I get that. And to an extent, I kind of am, which I respect people's thoughts and thinking that I do. But the one thing that no one tells you when you do content creation, the one thing that no one tells you, is that if you decide to do it, you might find some success, but it will, unless you're extremely lucky, there's always going to be a really good chance that you're just going to stagnate for a long time. Because when I just had like 100 subs, and like a couple months after that, we got a lot of subscribers, which is amazing, right? Like from like subscriber like 100 to 150, there was a lot. There was a lot of progress there, right? And then 150 to 165, that's where we're at currently upon recording this. It's kind of been extremely slow. Sorry, I dropped my phone. It's been extremely slow, and and taking nulls like that is normal. I'm more than aware of that, but it's still it is agonizing because if I put effort into a larger video, will people care? As of recording this now, I have 2 large videos in the process. One, I am running a script for. One has the basis recorded. I just need to record a lot of side footage, or find a lot of side footage, which just takes time. But that one's probably going to be the next video I do, because me checking to see if the recording is good. Fucking. If only I checked a little closer.
Sanctify.
What do I want to say though? It's really disheartening because all I really want to do is just have more of a community. I want more, and I asked if people wanted longer episodes, and they said that they did, and no one watched them either. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I really don't. So this has been the first part of I talk about what's on my mind. And for the most part, a lot has been on my mind. But either way, that's me just bitching about how like shitty the fight has been. I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna kind of fill in the blanks when there's no more cutscenes. And just kind of filling in where we were last time. I don't really know the future of the channel. I want to do Let's Plays because it's what I designed the channel going into being, is for me to finish these games. For example, if not for the channel, I would not have finished the Digimon games, either one of them. If not for this channel, I most definitely probably would not have finished Ni No Kuni, because as much as I like the game, it has extreme frustrating parts about it. Shit like that. It's just a fucking clusterfuck of emotions, right? Stream, I like Stream, but most of the games I feel like playing on Stream are Heroes of the Storm, because it's a game that I think I'm good at. It's a game that I know well.
Flippin' heck, that big beast looks cowing familiar.
And I'll be right back.
No! The cow leafer too?
Alright, as I was saying. Yeah, on stream, like, I feel terrible on stream most of the time, because it's not because people don't show up. It's not a good feeling, don't get me wrong. But it's not the reason why. It's because I feel like streams are always the same thing. You know, I may play like a demo here and there of a game that I really like, that I want to show off in some way. But at the same time, you know, I always start off stream with Heroes of the Storm, at least an hour or two of Heroes of the Storm. I love, it's one of my favorite games to play online. It's like the only competitive game that I really like, although Predecessor is a close second. I do like Predecessor, so maybe I should start playing more Predecessor games. But I do that, or I either end stream, because after 2 or 3 hours, no one's watching you, you get zero likes in the stream, 0 comments, no chatters. Morale is low, basically. You're like, I don't really want to waste my time when I can just go self-consciously make something eat and then go lay down. Which happens. Or I play Koromon, which I was really excited to play because people actually enjoyed the game and they, for the most part, like engaged with it and everything, and it was like really cool, and I liked it a lot. And then people just stopped cold turkey. A couple of, I'm not to say any names, but since I'm speaking on my mind, there was 2 very regular chatters that came in, and I talked to them, you know, personally, because I felt like we became good friends, and they had said that they wanted to do some editing for me, but this is all behind the scenes. I'm comfortable talking about it now because of the events that happened. They wanted to basically help me out, you know, because they allegedly, I never actually fact-checked them on this, I probably should have, they have a successful YouTube channel of their own. They wanted to help out the little guy, which would be me in this case. So okay, so I recorded something for them, and pretty much that I wouldn't really record otherwise, but it kind of led to me wanting to record more in that vein. And I sent it to them, and a week goes by, 2 weeks go by. They got shit done. They got shit done. No worries, dude. Thank you for letting me know. 3rd week goes by, and I'm like, all due respect, man, at this point I kind of really wanted the video out. I don't really want this to become dated. Don't really know what the deal is, but can you get back to me? And this is all on Discord, and as I send that to me, Discord gives me a message saying this message isn't going through because you're not friends, or you don't share a mutual server. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. Okay. So then I go to friend them again. Maybe something happened. I don't know. And you can't friend them. Even if you click add friend or send friend request, the Discord says that this is an invalid friend request because the person you're saying is wrong. So they kind of just quit Discord cold turkey, not saying anything to me. which was extremely demoralizing. And the video that was released is doing video games, which has gotten a profuse amount of hate, but I don't really care. That's a story for next episode, I guess. I got profuse amount of hate. But they had agreed to essentially edit that video for me. Or, like, you know, edit in a way that just made it spicy and stuff. And it didn't happen. I didn't have time to edit it myself. So, I posted it. But that sucked, for example. And then ever since that instance, like, I don't know if it's coincidence or not. I don't know if shit's being said about me. I don't know. I don't want to assume that at all. But it is strange. Because ever since that, which this happened a month and a half ago at this point. Hard to really say without fact checking. It feels like it's been that long. So if it hasn't been that long, it feels like it has. Ever since then, I feel like a consistent, just like, lack of engagement everywhere. And I don't know if it's a placebo. I don't know if it's manipulation behind the scenes. I'm not gonna get conspiratorial on here about the entire thing. But it sucks, and I don't really care if people don't watch my shit, but holy shit is it demoralizing when it happens like a week in a row. You know, start a whole stream and no one really watches. There are some good ones, and unfortunately there are some people that I know that are real, that want to watch the content, that want to show up for streams, but it's just time zones are a thing. And by the time I stream, it's like 10 o'clock at night for them. So they can only really stay like the first hour of the stream. And sometimes they don't even have that opportunity. So like, I understand. I really do. I made it clear to them. Other people have school. Other people have university. You know. It just sucks. You know. It's bad news bears. No, it sucks though, because I feel guilty whenever I'm mad at someone. I'm a very apologetic person at nature. I always feel like I have to apologize for anything, even if it's like not technically my fault. If I can stream it as my fault, I'm usually very apologetic about it. Sorry. my brain spaced that. But semi-recently, this is around, I don't know, a couple weeks ago at this point. Some of you may have noticed that I had kicked out a lot of people from the server. The only were kicked out because they were inactive or they were never active. Now, every single one that I kicked, which I think I kicked about 4 or 5, I reached out. Hey, do you have any interest in, like, you know, being, you know, I noticed that you kind of went AWOL on the server. I'm just doing a quick check-in on you. How you doing, you know? And I gave them all, like, a day. And if they didn't respond, then they got kicked. That's how it is. If anyone who got kicked want to rejoin, you're welcome to, but you're gonna have to fucking, you know, engage, period. And I know that the server doesn't have a lot. It doesn't have Me6 or whatever. It doesn't have a lot of add-ons. It's because a lot of add-ons seem to just fucking break on my server for some reason. Question of the day. I had a question of the day. It doesn't work. No idea why. I have had 3 people try to add it to my server with help. Doesn't work. Just doesn't. Fredboat, or whatever it is. The one that adds music. The music skips. I have no fucking idea why. It's a choppy mess. It doesn't work. And it's annoying. I don't know if it's because I'm Canadian. No, in Canada. It's not my internet. I have gigabit internet. Not to brag, but like internet's the one thing I have in mass, and I have in like escapade. To the point where like no one can really like be like, yeah, you have shitty internet. No, my internet's pretty fucking good. So, I'm struggling to get, like, new... I don't really know what to do. If I'm being honest. I do the few things I can. For example, I don't know if I've ever made this public, which I feel like I have, but I guess not. I technically have exclusive content on Discord. Think of it as a free Patreon exclusive thing. So every thumbnail that I do, I record and I do a speed paint. I usually show off these speed paints in the very beginning of stream as like a starting soon thing. I usually just have me doing a speed paint in the background before, like in case I got a piss or something. I want to start stream just to see if anyone comes in, shit like that, right? But you can watch them at any time. They're on the server. They're in the artwork channel, and they're all pinned in chronological order. Like they're not hiding. I don't post them to the channel because, well, one, I kind of want to reward people for coming in the community, and that's the only real way I can tell without just recording an entire like new Let's Play series or whatever. Which I could. I don't think that's the way. But it's something that I enjoy doing anyway. Next, a little extra thing to do. So there is that. What else? I mean, so the speed paints are only. I only mention that because no one watches them either, which is fine. If they're not your thing, they're not your thing. You know, I do that mostly for me because when I'm feeling low, I like to watch back some of my favorite speed paints, and it's egotistical and it's completely narcissistic. I understand that, but it's only narcissism that I allow myself. So I kind of rambled on enough. I kind of fucked up. I kind of rambled about most of the things I wanted to ramble on the next episode, because it's this episode and the next episode that have the no me talking audio, which isn't really a bug I can get away with, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure that the episode's just about done now anyway. Spoiler, I win. But until then, just some levels. But let's save it here, you know? Let's do a proper outro. Thank you everybody for watching. Or in this case, thank you everybody for listening. I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you had a wonderful time. Until next time we meet, I hope you all have a fucking day. Peace.